that voice the entire game now.
No. We're the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, and we are going to spend another evening in Tucson, Arizona after dark, where a group of vampires who are supposed to not be friends have become very close friends, and they are fighting against the terrors of the night.
Friendship is magic.
We're not doing...
Not at home.
Now, if
Vampire
my
ponies.
behooded friend would like to give us a recap.
Lee, get on that.
Vampire, the friendship is magic.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so we've got a couple of things going on. We need to find Angel, Ricardo, and move through Carthian territory. Kelvin and Grace kind of get discussing on the priorities, and then Grace meets with Fiona and needs like a favor. Mike calls Fiona, and Grace tells Fiona to find some werewolves, I believe. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Look into the werewolf problem. Quietly.
Morty talks to Hayden, and then he also gets a text from Mike, who's like, I need some backup to find Ricardo. Cassandra works and then heads over to Grace's. Mort calls Grace. Mike is told to find Ricardo by Kelvin and Guy, and so he goes and picks up Morty and Guy and Fiona in this huge armored car, and they join,
The
the
werewolf buster.
They enter the Carthians' territory. They go to the crime scene. It's like this creepy boarded up building.
The big lots.
Mike just goes through the front, and Mort breaks through the back door. Mort finds a young girl. She speaks a strange language. Then a huge werewolf appears, dropping from above, but they speak. And so the werewolf's like, we didn't do that. Those killings. Tell the prince. And so he shifts back, and then Lizard's like, hey, come out here, woman. And she's like, we want to leave in peace. And Morty's like, yeah, okay, cool. Wait, hey, Guy, don't fire on them. But they do get fired on. But Martin's able to stop the fight. And the woman tells you some cryptic stuff. Or tells you some cryptic stuff.
I hope you remembered all that cryptic stuff.
I do. I actually took notes. We'll see how well I transcribe them.
The crime scene starts to get cleaned up, and Mike calls Kelvin to the scene so he can examine the bodies. Mort also calls Grace to tell her what's going on, like the wolves aren't to blame. And Mike's like, I'm gonna burn this shit down. It's cursed. Kelvin arrives, looks at everything, the blood's moving. And when Mike gets closer and he is attacked, tendrils attack you. And it's white hot. Okay. Your clothes go on fire, you poke it with a knife, and then something inside of it comes out and
Flies off.
flies up and disappears. Sploosh. All this blood and gore everywhere. Then you torch it. Yay! And so,
Technically, you lit it on fire, and then the thing flew out.
yeah, and then Mike's kind of injured, so Mort and Kelvin get him back to the car, recapitated.
So, that's where we ended. What's up?
We're in the car, right? Yeah.
When we ended, you guys were standing outside of a burning Big Lots, but we can have the car flip around and pick you up if you want. Or you were in Kelvin's car.
Right. Because what's his face took the...
He took off after firing a minigun in city limits.
Which is valid.
We need to go to the other houses so I can burn them.
Yeah.
down. Okay. So...
Do you want to do that, or do you want to delegate that and keep following the trail?
We should delegate that and keep following the trail. Call
Yes. Happy to. Sure.
Colin Vince.
Yeah, boss.
Hey Vince. I'm gonna need you to commit some arson.
Well, boss,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. However, there's a sheriff now, and that's kind of her whole job. So if we move in and burn down buildings, we're technically in violation of vampiric law, whereas the sheriff can do that.
You're right. Thank you for your advice.
Also, I will remind you, you're in Carthian territory, and you're kind of Carthian big no-no number one right now.
I will not apologize for thinking of you first when I need something done.
I don't disagree. Do you want me to get in contact with the sheriff, let her know?
As soon as he said, "You're right," I dialed Grace.
I'd call him Fiona.
Hello?
Hey,
Oh, I didn't mean to cut into you.
No, you're fine.
No,
I was gonna go.
Sorry.
Vince, we now have Grace on the phone. Thanks. Love you, buddy.
Your Majesty, there is a concern presently over threats to the family at these
Oh.
sites. There seems to be a curse that is particularly against the current leadership. If you wouldn't mind terribly setting the sheriff on this.
Grace, Mordecai speaking.
Yes.
Your Majesty. We need to commit arson in Carthian
We
territory.
might be doubling back because you had called Grace at the end of last episode about the werewolves, and I think you mentioned this, and
Yeah.
you did set. So I think I'm enjoying the role play, but I think we've already done.
Okay.
Not entirely.
I think we just brought Grace up to speed, if I'm remembering correctly.
And then I do remember asking how hurt everybody was.
Mhm.
So I was very concerned that people were getting hurt.
You called about the werewolves, and then the fire happened. That's
Mhm.
right.
And now we're like, hey, it's been a minute since we talked, Haven. But we need to commit arson in Carthian territory
Only some of them. 3 of the houses are in her territory.
on some of the houses. If I instruct my people to do it, it could be considered an act of war. I'm so sorry, Dr. Kelvin. I did not mean to cut you off.
No, not at all.
I'll get in touch with Fiona. I take it these are the 3 other crime scene locations that need to be 5 other crime scene locations that need to be disposed of.
Yes.
And why are we setting good buildings on fire?
At this point,
They're cursed.
I don't think we know what we're up against.
What kind of curse?
It spoke names, and those names were threatening.
Would any of you think to mention the thing that fleed out of the chest of one of the bodies?
And Michael had something to tell you.
Hi, ma'am.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. So there was a body in this like ritual thing, and I may have poked it, and something flew up out of it.
You set it on fire,
Right,
and
and
then
then
the
I
body
slashed
started
it.
moving, and then you slashed the chest open, and something flew out.
Yeah.
Well, he can still say I poked it. And
I know. I
Yeah.
should be very clear as the
Yeah.
Here's
order
what
of
actually
operations.
happened. Okay. So, do you amend anything that you said?
I would say I slashed it, I guess.
Okay.
Because it started moving, and I assumed it was a threat.
Glad you took care of yourself and looked into it. I appreciate that. If more of these are around, if this threat is more widespread than we thought, then yes, I see the need for destroying these buildings. I'll contact Fiona.
Your Highness, just for context, it does seem imperative for crown movements.
Understood.
And if I may, please hunker down. Please be safe. Is Cassandra with you?
Yes, she is. Are you with me?
Sure. Could be lounging in the corner.
She's here.
Both of you, please. I will take the liberty of saying we have no fucking idea what we're about to get into.
If it makes sense to reconnoiter and plan, then don't feel that it's any slight to your abilities to do so.
We're close to the next target site at this point.
Also, just as a point of clarification, it's not your dad that's doing this. Like, just to make that clear. Like, it's the werewolves said that. Am I remembering this right? That it's not a werewolf doing that, and her dad is a werewolf or became.
That's your understanding.
Yeah, that's. So my understanding is that it's not your father doing this.
And
It's
then
something else.
You took notes, but the werewolf did tell you that it wasn't after the vampires.
Right. Yeah. Does the name the Prince of the Valley mean anything to you?
Do I know that name? No.
Okay. The
Who's this other prince that encroaches on my territory?
the werewolf lady Shadow mentioned someone named the Prince of the Valley, but I don't think it was a werewolf. It was someone else. He said that they were gonna try to back off. Or like not clash with us.
My prince, perhaps we have become too insular.
In what way?
I mean, not considering
This
what is
means,
happening around us.
again, a party is the answer.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, I just love the scene of three of you standing around a cell phone in a big, like in your car on the side of the road, and then you two just sitting with your cell phone.
And then, yeah. It was like,
I fucking got it. I immediately start planning
absolutely.
something.
It's me thinking that we've now hung up. Calvin, do you have an undershirt somewhere in here or anything? I'm still shirtless, I realize.
Oh, no, yeah. If you
What
go into the
happened
back,
to-
As
What happened
all
to
of Michael's
Mordecai's
clothes have
shirt?
basically burned off, except like part of his underwear, probably. Maybe I don't know.
Grace, we're gonna stop by a TJ Maxx. I'll be using the company card.
Of course.
Thank
No,
you.
absolutely.
TJ Maxx.
Of course, make them wait in the car. No shirt, no shoes, no service.
If we don't have an address to provide.
TMX is fucking closed.
Go to Walmart.
There's
Go
a
to Walmart.
Target across the street.
They're closed
They're
too.
closed
Go to
too.
Walmart. 24-hour Walmart.
Does 24-hour Walmart exist in this?
Yeah.
And also, we could probably just walk into that Target.
Volleyball.
I mean, you could break in.
Yeah.
That's not.
Cassandra, I don't have an address for our land sharing companions, but if we find one, we'll be happy to send it along.
Sounds good.
Goodbye.
How bloody and bleeding is Michael? How
I'm fine now.
singed? You're okay now?
I healed.
At some point, we're gonna have to talk about that.
I did not find enough outfits.
What?
Oh, not. Looking in the mirror, in the rear view at you.
Mhm.
Fire?
Fire.
Fire.
I'm gonna reach back and grab your leg and just pull your leg up. How?
I normally am not a fan of this position, but I guess if you really need to, it's fine.
Not just pulling you into the air.
Okay, watch the stretch. Watch the stretch.
This should be crispy. If this were a steak, I would get nowhere near it.
I will
This should be
reach.
burnt steak. That's what I was trying to say.
I will reach just above the knee, and like squeeze the tickle spot to see if there's a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, nerve endings are fine. I mean, if you're all right, do you have an explanation of this?
I mean, you guys have your
Dark gifts.
secrets and stuff too, right? Like, I don't know, Carthian teaches you shit and whatever. You're Mekit, right?
Okay.
They teach you stuff, right?
I essentially just went to business school. That's all they gave me.
I am a psyop.
He would be
What?
Invictus.
Oh, he's Victus. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would be Invictus.
Invictus.
Is your what you're talking about. It's Coils of the Dragon,
Okay.
Carthian, Invictus. Mekit is like your
His brace or
is your venture. Yeah.
so in whatever Invictus taught you, right? Like you guys have stuff like
Ooh, perfect example. Dahlia's witchcraft. That's
yeah, oh yeah, like so Dahlia can do magic stuff, right? That's kind of like this ish, kind of,
Okay.
but it's always there. It's not something I like
Consciously.
choose to do.
How much longer until the next site?
I can probably get us there in about.
I mean, you're
15.
kind of, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're hoping that's the next site, but it's not. I mean, a little, much less than 15. You guys have pulled over the side of the road, so.
For the record, fire will still kill me, just slower
Okay.
than you.
Slower than me.
Yeah,
Good to
by
know.
a lot.
I mean, fire will still kill anything. It just depends.
Well,
on the
yeah,
rate,
yeah.
so-
But it also doesn't scare me either, so that's kind of why I
Good to
do
know.
stuff with it occasionally.
Our vampire fire brigade. I'm not upset about this.
Yeah, it's
So we'll head towards because this is the last marked site.
This was the site that you thought might be the next victim, but you got there after. So theoretically, given the time frame on this one, he has not reached the next one.
So you're sorry.
So
I'm not
he's
there.
somewhere between here and wherever it is he's going.
we're trying to predict.
And what was the time frame between each of the previous sites?
It's taken him a few days to get as far as he has. So you're presuming that he's sleeping somewhere.
I mean, if the time frame holds, we may want to return home. I mean, at least if nothing else, to get Morty out of Carthian territory.
I mean, would it be helpful since we're already on this side of town and here to at least drive by?
Where?
Warn
I
the
thought
next-
we.
Well, so like you guys have a map of Carthian strongholds, and if you follow this line, you know where he would theoretically hit next, but you have no idea if he's going to make a turn in any direction.
Right.
So
by
perhaps
the
we can
projector.
give them a warning as a sign of goodwill?
Yes.
With Morty not in the car?
Well,
Or in the.
honestly, perhaps that would be a good thing if you were involved. It could be a sign of you coming to terms with the Carthians if you were the one to deliver the warning. If this is, again, as somebody that is not particularly strong on your politics, if you think it would be better for one of us to deliver it, I'm happy to be here as the Princess Coterie.
The area that Kelvin is talking about is Ratchet's Metalworks, who is the ipso facto leader of the Carthians.
What does that mean? Ipso facto.
There is no leader of the Carthians, but the strongest voice
Okay.
is who you would be talking to,
It's like the in theory.
Ipso facto is like,
insofar as.
yeah, it's like if there's not another choice, that's the choice.
Okay.
Or the logical choice.
So I relay that to you. Well,
And you and Ratchet didn't get along before.
he already doesn't
Ratchet is a
like
woman.
me. Oh, Ratchet's a woman. Ratchet doesn't like me. He is a shrill individual, but
Curious word. Well, if it's a consolation to you, I tend to also be considered a shrill individual, so perhaps I can make some sort of headway in that.
I will have Vince reach out and send a warning. I don't think me showing up unannounced, uninvited, and collectively with less than half of our clothes is going to be welcome.
If you can, given the gravity of the situation and that so far as we can tell, nobody has survived an attack, I think that the gravity of the situation would warrant an in-person visit, whoever it is.
Yep. No, you're right. People are dying. Oh, she's going to do She's gonna do the thing. She's gonna do the yell. She's gonna holler. It's just
I'll talk to her. I'm
nope.
can get
That's
yelled at.
fine. Well,
Michael,
actually,
perhaps not.
well, no.
I think that your skills are growing immensely, and I do think that you have shown some, honestly, things that were not expected. But perhaps for a matter of negotiation between the crown and an outside force, we should go with a trained negotiator.
I haven't talked to my
Knock
dad.
on your window. I'm with Postmates. I have like a bunch of clothes.
Oh, right here. Thank you.
Leans over shirtless. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you Hayden?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. What Hayden did?
He didn't.
Oh, just a moment, and I will get in my wallet and pull out like 420s and just hand it over to him.
Whoa.
Oh, thanks.
You
Man.
have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
That's from Hayden. You need to work on your man on the tipping thing.
Like out, and then I let go, and it like
There should be a text message soon. Tracked Kelvin's car. No, tracked your phone. Got your location. Clothes should be arriving soon.
Let him know Kelvin tipped, please.
put them on. They fit excellent. Thank you. Kelvin is insisting that I tell you that he tipped.
I
Part
always make
case.
sure you have money on you. Why didn't you tip the driver?
He approached the wrong window.
That's fair. I like that. He approached the wrong window, put it on him.
I'm so sorry. Hayden reminded me. It was on me. It was on our account.
2. I'll take 2.
Okay, we'll split the tip.
You guys are the weirdest vampires ever.
Well, we both have basically unlimited funds. Like it would be, we could run out of money, but it'd be hard.
Michael is
I don't
literally
spend
like
anything.
staring back and forth like, what the fuck
What
is
the hell?
this?
Oh,
What kind of group did I just get into?
out of character. It's like, Michael, this is what money looks like.
Yeah.
Michael, and again, out of character. Michael, do you see what you could be a part of if you just applied yourself?
Michael out of character. Dad, we haven't talked in 15 years. Welcome back.
Oh,
Here's your clothes.
Put those on. Into the rear view. Put those on. Shall we make our way to the metal shop?
Yes.
Okay. I hope Grace and Cassandra are having a much better time.
If you are open to it, perhaps I can make introductions.
That might smooth things.
You don't know Ratchet.
I don't. But it's not an enemy.
I have thoughts, but I'm not there.
We could go to us. Okay, so. Okay, well, I would say that I'm going to be planning some sort of event
Mhm.
for in a little bit. I'm also. Did we hear that Mike was injured?
Yes.
Are they bringing him medical treatment?
I'd heard that he was injured. I don't know that they had decided, and I think you guys had talked about going to the next place, so we know that you're not coming back.
Also, keep in mind, you guys are all vampires. Like,
Right.
if as long as he has blood, he can recover real
Right.
fast.
So we're thinking he's
Okay.
okay. But I was just concerned that people were getting hurt. I don't know. I think it might be beneficial to figure out who this Prince of the Valley is. There's too many players on the board right now, I don't think. And we don't know who half of them are. This is disconcerting.
Okay, so maybe I'll take some time to make some calls and talk to my contacts about the King of the Valley or Prince of the Valley.
Yes, I think that would at least be helpful. I'm reaching out to Fiona to see about these other locations. Although she may have to split from who else was she with?
Guy?
Was it she with Guy?
Fiona and Guy?
Okay. No, then they should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they can go to these other locations.
He's going to be necessary because Fiona can't light things on fire.
Okay. Torch.
No, you can't. You guys are deathly
guys
afraid of
look
fire.
at fire.
I don't like it.
Like
That's why Michael's a freak.
lighting a cigarette around a vampire can send them into a murderous rage.
Okay, well that's yes, I at least want her to go. They will both go. I've asked her to investigate the areas briefly before they light them up, see if there's any information that may have been missed. They should hopefully be reporting back in a few hours. Although, who do we know? They're not going to like it that we're lighting houses in Carthian territory.
I move up behind you and I start rubbing your shoulders. You know, it's just been nonstop since you have started this whole
It
thing.
really has.
Feels like it's been months and years all packed into the last couple weeks. I just want us to remember that we take moments to ourselves.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, and really think these things through.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Should we have sex first?
Hank's brain was like, is Helena gonna kill Mark? Is he gonna stop her?
Just piano wire, decapitate.
She's rubbing my shoulder.
Yeah, no, legit though. I was like, is she?
Grace said I'm the new prince of the city.
Grace, before we have sex, can you just sign this real
Yeah, sure.
It's a sexual consent form.
Yeah,
No, stop reading.
So don't read it.
it's more fun that way.
No.
The sexy.
Did I throw you off? I'm
No,
sorry.
so I drop down to my knees and I say, I live to serve you.
And then we cut to black. My brain immediately went, it's a dubious con consent form. So you guys are doing that. Did you send messages out to your contacts before that or no?
I could have tried, yeah.
Because you've heard the Prince of the Valley thing has been around for a while in the story now, so you could have already done that. Okay. Coming back to you guys roll up on basically just a warehouse, like an old airline hangar. There's a like 9-10 foot fence, solid fence in the back, and almost stadium level lighting pointing into the backyard. So like, you know, like when you go to like baseball stadiums and it's like clear as day, that's the level of light that's going on in the backyard.
Is there like a buzzer at the gate?
No, so the gate is only at like the backyard, so you can roll right up to the front door in your car if you need to.
Give me like 2 seconds, and then if I get shot, hop out.
Yep.
All right. And I will get out of the car. I'm still dressed in my full suit from earlier because I don't think I've disheveled it enough to want to change. And I will just walk up and ring the bell.
There is a camera that like as you walk up while another one moves towards the car, and then just kind of there's a speaker near the smaller door. Like there's the big hangar door and there's like a smaller door that goes off and goes, Dr. Calvin Connors, correct?
Present. Yes.
Are you here about the murders finally?
Yes, and I apologize for the duration of the gap.
Who's with you? I
I
can't see their head, so I'm assuming that's Mordecai in the car. There's very few vampires that tall.
I have a Mordecai and well, a convert from the cult.
No, he's from the Cult of the Dragon. Coiled. Is it the Cult of the Dragon? Do you mean the cult is in Bishop's cult? Or
Ordo Dracul.
the Ordo Dracul?
I ordered a cult.
Okay. I'm just making sure
call
I
them both.
understood.
I'm referring to them both as the cult because they're both secretive and
He's standing behind you.
bunkery. Who is?
Michael.
I got out.
You got out? Yes. And a convert from the cult.
I don't know him, but are you here representing the prince?
I am. There is just the message to convey. I apologize for the
No.
delay.
I've been hoping somebody would swing by because I found something of interest, and I think this isn't the time for me. Tucson should not be divided right now.
So what you're saying is that if Morty gets out of the car, we will enter into
I will only shoot him a little.
a little.
Yes, he'll live. But he does deserve it.
Is there any? Can I roll an insight on this?
It's a speaker, so yes, you can do. What are you trying to gain?
I'm trying to gain if this is a ploy to murder Morty.
Do wits plus empathy.
And I have vampire hearing. Do I hear all this?
Probably.
Oh, Kelvin used to have empathy. He doesn't anymore. When I was a human, I had empathy. So this is a chance time.
Oh no!
In Kelvin's ear, I'm gonna whisper.
Yeah.
Did you fail?
I failed.
That's a dramatic failure. She's not going to shoot him.
Okay.
She's being funny.
Oh, yeah, she's joking. So I will... go ahead.
I'm just gonna whisper. I mean, I don't care if I get shot. Can she shoot someone else? Does she just want someone to take her?
She's not going to shoot anybody.
She's gonna shoot Morty.
She's not... That's his...
Now
okay.
I get out of the car.
I
hearing
will...
that.
I will... Ratchet, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you comfortable shooting Michael instead of Morty? He's offered himself up.
Absolutely not.
I'm
All right.
out of the car. door shut.
You hear the bolt of a thing, and then it's shot. And
like
if it's
action
cool
shot.
with you, you can have a beat for this if you just let me go with it. The bottom part of your left leg, gone.
Like below the knee.
Yeah. It'll grow back when you sleep tonight, or tomorrow. But
And
it hurt, I'm sure.
oh, it hurts a lot.
and
You can take a
then
beat.
Okay.
I sigh and then
And some damage.
flip them off and then pick up 3.
I wave you away, but I'm like punching the fucking girl.
Apologies, Morty. I thought that was a joke.
There's like like the concrete's divoted.
There's
Stand up.
there's crutches in the car if you need.
I don't even try.
Yeah.
This is our friend Pogo.
Been 55-ish years since I've used crutches.
You're a very big man, so you're fully leaned into them.
It's like
Even if they extend out.
Extended them as far as they would go.
Understood. May we enter?
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to shoot him the once. He knows what he did.
Open the door.
Oh, and it buzzes and then swings open. Inside, there is a veritable anything you would think you would need to do a deep excavation in a city is parked inside of here. Backhoes, some explosives, like it's a full-blown construction site hangar inside of here.
Under my breath, but obviously so the mics can hear it. Kelvin, maybe we put a pin in this for how we deal with Victus.
So this is a fascinating layout.
You have not seen anyone yet.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. We're just walking in.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Out back!
Out back.
All right.
whispering, not whispering, I don't care because I can hear no matter what. The foot or the leg sucks, but honestly, losing the hand is the worst part. It's the worst.
Oh, do you want to spend a VJ to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, I should.
Maybe.
If you wouldn't, I'm kidding. I'll just open the sliding glass door that I'm assuming is there.
I'm gonna shut up and just.
It is much like the front. It's just a rolling door that is open onto this area.
Good evening.
Ratchet is about a 6'5", incredibly muscular woman. wearing like a halter top and some bike shorts, covered in like dirt and grime. Her hair is just kind of haphazard, filled with like little specks of dirt. And I'm like, sorry for my appearance, but I was just having fun, just kind of like digging before you got here. I wasn't expecting you tonight, so I haven't had time to. And you see that her hands are just huge shovel-like claws of a mole.
I apologize for our appearance. We just had dealt with some interlopers and some.
Was one of you on fire recently?
Yes,
Pointing with the crutch.
it was unfortunate.
Hopefully it goes back, bud.
It should grow back. Yeah.
The spider isn't known for her subtlety. And then she kind of like gestures, and you see on the roof like a woman in black with a sniper, like a high-powered sniper rifle.
Evening, spider. Good shot.
With the crutch.
She flicks the bullet casing at you to where you can catch it.
I do catch it, if I may. And just in my pocket.
What kind of mementos we grab as vampires? It's like, yeah, this one shot my leg off.
And then immediately apparent is a giant hole in the ground and what is obviously a stone door to a sandstone, like unrecognizable cultural, just door to some kind of something. But the door is horizontal.
Ratchet.
Yeah.
Staring at the door the whole time. Well, as you surmised, we are here because of the murders. Your base of operations is next in the line. Are you already aware of this?
I assumed.
Our recommendation.
I think this is the destination.
You think this is the end?
Let me show you. She kind of like gestures towards. Do you want to roll that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's something,
Intelligence. I would say academics.
then never mind.
As you approach the door, there is a depiction on the door of, obviously, it's crude, but it is very clear that emblazoned on the door, surrounded by writing, is a vampire being shackled, and the shackles, like he's being torn apart by what looks to be shadowy birds.
Drawn and quartered?
Yeah, but like it's more like he's being held down.
Okay.
But it's very clearly a stylized vampire. Fangs, very noticeable, black eyes.
Oh.
Sure.
This is. May I? And I will snap a photo of it and send it to Grace and Cassandra.
With 2 successes, it's very clearly. I'm trying not to be appropriative of anyone's culture here, but it's reminiscent of like Aztec. It's reminiscent of like Incan, like ancient native.
Mesopotamian.
Yeah, they're very, very, very ancient Native Americans. But nothing like this exists in any of the tribes that would have lived here. So your immediate thought is this predates them.
It's an old door.
Yes.
And you have not had luck in opening it, I take it.
Well, we haven't opened it yet, but we know how.
What has been the holdback, if I might ask? This is your territory, I mean, no.
Well, we're taking a page from our ancient Egyptian kind of archaeology friends, and sometimes when you crack these fuckers open, they just kind of like exude toxic vapors. And seeing as there's a vampire on the door, they didn't like our kind very much. So I don't want to crack this open and like there's like a mini sun or something in there, and then I immediately dissolve into nothing. So that's been the hesitation. We are trying to figure out. We've been digging in other areas trying to figure out if there's an alternative entrance, but we have not found.
If I may be so blunt, and I recognize that we have no history, but my reputation is generally one of providing information, and that information can be used however you like. But my recommendation in this case is to dump as much earth back upon it as you can, step away for 5 days, and return.
You want us to rebury it?
Whatever is coming here. And if you are here when it arrives, we don't know its methods.
Give me a manipulation plus. You guys have persuasion, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been since they've gone in
Gone in where?
to talk? Gone out in the car?
Since
Okay.
since the conversation.
Okay.
Are you talking about since they arrived?
Yeah. Ish.
So from when they arrived to the shot to this moment, it's been, I mean, maybe some extra 30 seconds while they walked through,
Yeah.
but not very long.
Okay.
I would like to see if I can add a dice to this with my cacophony savvy. I generally know what's happening in the world of vampires.
What are you saying to tie that in?
I know that the Carthians have lost a lot of land and that it's a point of soreness, and I would like to try and utilize that to be like, hey, this is dangerous, and I would like to see you regain power to a point of balance, like she said. So with that in mind, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying wait a couple days.
Okay, go ahead.
That only gives me, it's still only 3 dice, but nope. Failure across the board.
Well, with all due respect,
Of course.
if this is the only thing that keeps us from your tyrant of a leader taking over the rest of Tucson, I can't trust your opinion.
Ratchet, it was absolutely lovely meeting you, and it is a shame that we will not meet again. But I wish you the absolute best, and I will just turn and walk out.
Eventually,
Can I watch?
if you wish to be here, should I text? Who are you?
My name is Michael.
Who are you?
Victus's bitch? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Well, not anymore.
Previously.
I thought she kept you in a cage.
but That was last year.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That explains the newness. We're still learning about him.
Yeah, you can fuck right off, but we're cool.
Okay.
Unless I find out that something in here will kill every last one of you Invictus scum, and then we're gonna have a problem again.
Morty,
We are settled. We're all right. And we've delivered you fair warning.
And delivered the last free voice of Tucson over to the Invictus, setting us back about 30 years.
In the end, aren't we all just out for ourselves?
I think you should leave before I decide that you owe me your head, too.
in the end, this compound is about to be entirely wiped out within the next 48 to 36 hours. So I think that we should
Is that
probably
correct?
leave. No, this is the warning that I provided you of the external force. I have no say in this
I
whatsoever.
think we should leave.
I do agree. I don't want to see it get here while
You
we
saw
are
what Spider
here.
did to Mike's leg, Mordecai's leg. I highly doubt anything coming is going to be able to get past her.
It is better and stronger
Just sort of
than
clink.
we.
Clink,
Lady,
clink.
I don't mean to give a
Clink.
title, but leader Ratchet, it is stronger.
There are no
Yeah.
leaders within the Carthian movement.
Ratchet, it is better and stronger than we are, and I do not state that lightly. While I think that your crew is incredibly well trained, and honestly, that shot was impressive. Good on Spider. I don't know if any of us are going to make it out of this alive. I just think you might be the first casualties based on the location. That's all.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to agree to disagree, because from our end, it looks like the prince is coming up with a pretty handy excuse to murder Carthians in their own territory.
And when it arrives, I hope to God I am wrong.
Ta.
I wish you the best.
Your horn is
As
now
you
honking.
turn... Oh, no. As you turn to leave, you're halfway through the warehouse. There is a siren.
Out now, and it's run.
What are you guys up to?
Oh God.
I have celerity, dude.
Let's see. Well,
Well, I mean, after we finish our intimate time.
You get a phone call.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, it's Bodhi.
Hi, Bodhi.
We shared a magical night together once, and then you never called me back, but you keep sending me group texts if anyone has any information, and I actually have information this time, but there's a price.
There's a price?
Yeah.
What is it?
I want every pair of underwear you currently own.
Oh my god, that's so easy. Okay.
I've got warehouses
Where
full.
should we meet?
Meat?
How?
of course, darling. Who else am I
So I
going
can drink your
Give me
blood.
underwear and then
We can meet at your house?
give me.
Oh,
Okay, that sounds right.
Okay, you had
I'll
me
meet
there
you
once.
there. I'll meet you there in an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
You sound so strong.
I'm a
right
man.
now. Can't wait to see you.
People, Tina.
oh God. On those, Tina.
Oh, darling, I think I'm going to attend to a bit more socializing.
She pulls off her underwear.
Start to get
Well, you might need to
dressed.
wear them for a minute and then you take them off.
Yeah. Ooh, let's go with that.
Give it to him when you get there. That way you just have him in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you need me to be doing out and about? Maybe I'll sit in. What time is it?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, if it's like,
Probably
Like
early.
midnight.
if it's
If you said
still
meet you in an
early
hour,
in the day-
it's early enough in the night where you could do that for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if I need to go do that and then get to sleep, or if I would like go to some clubs and listen in for gossip.
Well, let's say you have
about-
like 3 hours left in the night.
Okay.
Okay,
So a lot has
I'll
happened.
All right, I plan to just go and do that one thing then, and then
Should
guess
you go
I'll
and meet with this
stay.
guy by yourself?
I'll stay there for the night.
No,
Is
of
that
course, the
so nice?
contingency of guards is trailing behind her and will be at
What the hell? Why would I be worried about Bodhi?
Well, you don't know. There's so many other threats that are happening right now. We've got a lot of things going on. I don't want you unprotected.
Well, people always underestimate me. Nobody, I'm not the prize.
You
You're
are
the prize.
you are always the prize. You will have at least 2 guards going with you at a safe distance. You
I get to pick them.
Yes, you do.
Okay, because some of them are duds.
Yes.
You know. I
Yes.
mean, it's all about balance. We can't have
It's very true.
everybody be charming.
And they will just be melting into the background. He won't even know they're there.
They will never
They're-
dance when I ask them to.
It's only for
So
emergencies
professional.
will they step in.
So professional. It sickens me. Okay. All right. I give you a little kiss, and then I hippity hop off to do that. What should I wear? I changed my clothes, and I will think of a cool outfit next time you see me.
All right, back to you guys. So you're in the warehouse. You said you're activating celerity and running out.
Oh no. So the siren started going off.
It's not like a police siren. It's like a proximity alarm.
Yes. So how quickly can you open?
The fuck is that?
We are leaving now.
Okay. I don't know.
Let's go.
He's
Let's go. Let's go.
He can't run.
Okay, we'll pick him up.
Can I pick him up?
He's very big.
I know.
Do you have vigor?
No.
How fast can you run?
What's your strength?
2.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I have vigor 2 and strength 4.
Sure. I mean, you can probably.
I can still probably
You could probably stand on your. You could just throw yourself through the air and
Yeah.
land on one foot. That's not really the issue.
Hand walk it.
I guess I'm just confused on what's going on.
We're
the
trying to
way
get to the car as soon as possible.
the way
is my
that
goal.
we came in is now trapped as we're leaving.
No.
No.
Siren's just going off.
You see, so you're in the warehouse, but you two see Spider run across the roof.
It's a proximity alarm that's going off in the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, inside the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go.
Change of.
Ratchet, is there any other way out of here?
Of course.
What's the siren
And
for?
can you point to it?
The siren lets us know that somebody betrayed us. How many of your men do you have waiting outside?
None.
None.
What do you mean?
We came from another site of dead vampires to here to warn you, and we're planning on going home.
Oh,
Why would we?
she takes a clicker out of her pocket, clicks it, and you hear a bunch of chunks, and then she turns into a bird and flies away.
You fucking bitch.
Juniper.
Can I try to throw something at her?
You can try and throw something at her.
I'm gonna pull a knife out. I'm gonna throw it at her.
Okay. She has
All the doors just close.
with defensive shutters activated, and the fence is now electrified.
What do I do?
How do I?
So it would be Dex plus Athletics, and then she has a defensive, let's say 4 in her bird form. And she's flying away, and you're throwing a knife, and you don't have vigor. So I'm going to say an additional -2 for range penalties.
Because she's kindred.
Mm-hmm.
Does kindred dueling do anything?
I do not think so. You're fighting a bird right now.
So that's a 1.
Okay.
We're gonna.
You got 1 success after all those minus.
No. I have 1 die.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Click.
Cool.
That is a.
Okay. So it you chuck it, she banks, it hits one of the lights and thunks into Kelvin's shoulder for 1 bashing damage.
Jesus Christ!
I go pick up the knife, pat his shoulder, and say, "Suck it up.
Are we leaving?
What the fuck are we doing now?
Take a
I'm
beat.
opening a door.
These boys.
How are you opening a door, Kelvin?"
They said they knew how. And I'm going to hop back down into the pit.
Oh, you're opening that door. Why are you opening that door?
Well, this is what it's here for. Might as well find out.
Oh, can I do an insight into this, please?
Is there any
Or
other way?
something?
No.
Insight into what?
The fact that Kelvin was like, "Stay away from the fucking door," and is now going to open the door.
Wits plus empathy?
I'll take it.
Do you wish to resist this in any way?
No.
No, I mean, I'm happy to give motive if there's a success there.
Nope.
Was it
Kelvin,
a
are you
dramatic
trying-
failure or just a failure?
What would dramatic be?
If you had 1 dice and you didn't succeed.
No.
Okay.
I had 3. Kelvin, just answer me a question, please.
Yes.
Are you trying to kill me?
Not intentionally.
Are you trying to kill anyone else?
Not presently.
Okay. Oh,
There is a
okay.
I just don't really have a choice out of here, so I want to do something.
of metal and a shattering of glass as something strikes the front of the warehouse. Something large and heavy.
Oh God, is it the weremobile?
If you have a way out of
fuck.
here, then that's fine. But if you don't, then I want to know what the fuck this thing is after.
I'm calling Morty as we're running to the door.
Morty's just in the warehouse. Did you go to the front or are you coming back?
I would have gone
hold
back
on.
to go, what the fuck is going on?
That's
Okay.
This is my confusion here. You're saying the
So-
warehouse got closed off, but we were outside of the warehouse.
You heard clunks. Nothing changed that you saw
But
physically.
he went into the warehouse.
I think the confusion is this, like the layout of things. So like and tell me if I'm wrong about this. We walked through a kind of like garagey warehouse into like a house area that led out into this yard area that they're in. That's where the hole is, and where we had the conversation. We started to go back into the warehouse. That's where the proximity alarm went off.
Yes.
So then I turned around and was like, "Fuck it! If there's no way out because the walls are electrified and the doors are locked, then I might as well figure this shit."
Right.
She in the yard turned into a bird.
But Morty was in the warehouse.
Yes, but he's on
But they're all
crutches
close.
moving slowly.
They're all close, like proximity wise.
So he can hear you yell.
I'm sorry. When you said the warehouse locked down,
Oh, like the
inside
inside
the
of the
warehouse.
lock.
That was semi-meta.
So
Because nothing, you just heard a clunk, but that is what has happened.
but the warehouse connection to the rest of the space isn't locked. It's the warehouse connection to the
So there's two
outside.
big rolling doors, right? Two shutters. This one didn't close.
okay.
So you can still see into the warehouse.
Thank you.
But when Morty gets to the front, he's going to realize that there are security shutters that have locked in place.
I realized halfway through my explanation that Hank was like, "Well, the warehouse closed. Right. It would be this other door."
Right.
Like, that's not.
Well, that's
my
why I
brain
didn't
was
tell you.
gone.
You guys hear something clunk, but you don't see anything change.
I didn't hear this, see anything.
I think that was my fault for just being like, oh my God, the warehouse closed. That was me.
I'm still calling Morty. Like, can we hear each other?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could just yell for
Oh.
Morty.
Morty?
What the fuck is taking so long?
Well, we're opening the door. Apparently,
You're what?
I don't know.
Morty, how else do you want this to go? We are trapped inside, and I don't have a way out.
At what point does the crashing sound come to?
Well, so after the alarm went off, what did you do? I need that.
I would have started going back out
To the
meet
yard?
These two, yeah.
Okay. So you get out into the yard, you're yelling at each other, and then you hear it.
Okay.
Something strikes the front of the warehouse.
So before I answer, I'm just gonna turn and see what that.
If anyone wants to make a wits plus composure roll,
Yeah.
Of course.
if you have any kind of specialties in automobiles,
Nope.
Make drive.
I'll allow drive in this particular.
I don't have it with composure.
It's going to
Yeah.
apply drive is, right? Vehicle.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Hold on, I think this is...
After a moment, you both realize that was definitely Kelvin's car striking the front of the warehouse. Not driven into the front of the warehouse,
Kelvin's car.
chucked at the front of the warehouse.
I'm opening the door.
That's 6 successes?
Oh yeah, definitely something picked up and chucked Kelvin's car at the front of the warehouse.
Kelvin, I don't necessarily disagree, but what do we do if the door doesn't go anywhere?
Well,
Should we not be
then
trying to figure something else out?
Then we pray. If you want to try and figure something else out, figure something else out. This is my route.
I'm texting Fiona SOS.
Okay. Yeah, you text that.
And I say, fuck this after that.
What's this
Fuck
shit
it.
I'm out?
Yeah, fuck Victus.
Oh,
That's like our like bro term
Yeah.
of like, bro, I need you.
There is a flash. So, do you want to make a roll to try and open the door?
I mean, if I need to, totally.
Intelligence plus either investigation or academics. I
Investigation.
think I know which one you're gonna pick.
Sorry, Jake.
Just roll the whole tray.
It's not the whole tray. It's just 8.
Just
One success.
Yeah.
That's enough. It is literally just there's counterweights, so it's just a matter of pressure. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta jam something in between this crease and push really hard.
So I take a stone and I shove it into the crease at the point that I gauge the weight at, and I push.
Okay, give me a straight strength roll.
Oh.
You can add athletics.
Oh. At least it's not unskilled.
This is a extended roll, so this is your first one.
I'm trying to figure out if any of my rolls can help me with this. Oh, I don't think any of them can. Celerity's the only one that maybe could, but I don't think it can.
Vigor.
Yeah, I don't have anything to help with this. So the first one's a failure.
Okay.
Can I have a hand?
Hold on.
Oh no, Morty,
His legs already go.
I mean,
No, I'm sorry.
okay.
Do I
Yeah,
remember
you're probably stronger than me.
that there's something we can do to like enter like fury mode kind of to like prep if something's gonna happen?
Yes, but you have to have ride the wave. So like
Okay.
it's a specific thing that,
Okay.
that some vampires can
I
do.
hobble up to it and I go, tell me what to do.
Okay, I've placed a stone there. I'm going to put my weight on that. I need you to push here.
Okay, and I push.
Okay. Are you spending any blood to activate vigor, or are you just going off your base strength?
I'm just going off base strength.
Okay. So it'll be strength plus athletics. And you're trying to hit a target number of successes to open the door. So
Just roll the whole tray.
It's not the whole tray. Two successes.
okay. It does not begin to open, but like the stone doesn't break.
All right.
And you're making leeway.
Do I?
All right, so like I said, that's an extended action. So other things are going to take place. Are you raising your hand, Cassandra? Or are you
No, I'm just stretching.
What are you doing?
I text you.
I enjoyed your flex created a really fun shadow in the light behind you.
Very evocative.
They are industrial, but they would be usable.
Like, how big are we talking?
They have different levels.
Like,
Give me a. There's no demolition skill. Just give me intelligence plus. Let's say science.
okay. Why do I keep closing the goddamn dice roller? One.
One.
0.
You're pretty sure that plus like a little like throwing a lighter on it or something. Like you might be able to like make one of those like trains of gunpowder from like the movies, and that might blow the door.
I'm not trying to blow the door off.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I just want something to hurt something if something comes out.
Oh, there's TNT.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're having a couple 6 and a half.
It's TNT. Dynamite.
Okay, so you grab some TNT from the warehouse. Blah blah. We'll have him go. Ooh,
We just let the singer of AC/DC do that for like years and no one said anything.
Jesus!
So many memes.
You guys owe Spider a gift basket.
Ooh.
You hear the peal of a shotgun, and then a very French merde.
I shout at the top of my lungs, Sacre Blue. Just for fun.
Because we can.
Red rainstorm.
Okay, so I know what you guys are up to, so we're gonna focus on them because they're
That's
a much
fine.
more time constricted
Yep,
thing.
no worries.
So about 10 seconds have gone by at this point, so you two can roll for the door again.
All right.
Strength plus athletics.
I'm still. Is there anything I can do to help him by like pointing out what I learned, or
It's literally you learned that it's just being strong enough to do it.
Are these
Be
stacking
strong.
successes or do I
It's
need
an extended roll, so like
Yeah.
you've banked 2 successes, you need to get a certain threshold.
Two more.
Okay. I will remind you that vigor basically doubles your strength for this kind of thing.
And this is time sensitive, isn't it? All right.
Well, you've made your roll,
Okay.
so you know for next time. What are you up to in the next 10 seconds?
I'm looking for. Oh wait.
Okay. You've realized that every window in this warehouse and the door have all have like thick ass like titanium bolts that have slid into place, and along the shutter, a armored shutter has fallen. So you're not even sure if whatever's out there can get in through that door.
Can I go examine one of the doors to see if I can make it open using my larceny with my specialty in security systems?
Ooh.
Roll that, and then we'll go from there.
Because security system.
And also, if you need,
Not
I-
to the touch.
her name in French is
Araignée.
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 She's actually
Spider.
kind of fun.
So it would be
Araignée.
larceny.
Sorry.
Larceny plus intelligence. Plus your specialty.
Which is 1, right?
Unless you have the there's one that lets you add 2, but you would know.
That's in misdirection.
Yeah.
Which I've never used, and there were lots of situations where I needed to lie. Or
All right. This kind of setup with an electronic, there should be a physical release lever somewhere, but it's not going to be immediately obvious. But you can think of a couple places where it might be. But in 10 seconds, that's what you surmise.
Yes.
All right. Start of the next 10 seconds. Spider comes flying off of the roof and crumples into the ground near you.
We're in a pit. Is she in the pit?
No.
Okay. Keep going.
And you're at a pit that has like kind of like they dug it with an incline so you can like slide to the door.
Keep going. Dear God, keep going.
She is screaming.
Would
in
she
pain.
scream? Oh, in pain.
Marty, we can't do anything about this.
At this point, should I just pop vigor, or am I gonna?
Oh, and a tire kind of bounces, so it threw a tire at her.
Whatever you have to pull out of your fucking ass, Morty, please, dear
Okay.
God.
I have vigor 2. What do I do?
So you spend a.
I'm so sorry. I'm useless and scared.
Mordecai somehow seems bigger.
So the steroids kicked in.
It's adrenaline.
Vigor. So actively, that's weapon.
Just a Kelvin observation. He's like, he's got this time delay.
And as I'm running around looking at stuff and like glance at you, does it make your bigger too?
Okay.
Well,
so
if it's based on blood flow.
what is your strength? 4?
4.
Okay, so 6. So the door. I'm gonna give you for every success you roll, I will double it for this roll.
Okay, and I still roll the same dice pool.
You're adding your 2 vigor dots when you roll, right?
No, I haven't been.
So your vigor automatically adds to your strength. So you have a strength of 6.
Oh, so I should have been rolling an extra 2 dice every time.
I thought you were. My apologies.
Is it a PD5 inhibitor?
Mm-mm.
4 successes that time.
Okay. So you rolled 4 or you rolled 2?
I rolled
double?
4 successes.
Okay, so 8. So that makes 8 plus 4, 12. It's starting to come up. You are making leeway. It is not enough to slip through yet, but it is coming.
And so is Michael.
What are you up to?
I'm standing there encouraging Morty and keeping a fucking eye out. I have pulled out my gun at this point.
Do you speak French?
Yes.
You do?
No.
Do you have
Yes.
language French?
No.
I don't.
Okay.
I think he does have like.
I have Latin.
I will say I have culture's understanding of French.
I'm sorry. Could we not text things like that make me laugh? Anyway, he seems to be pleading with you. For
Oh no.
I will kneel down as Morty's working and like whisper in her ear, "Let me help you."
Okay. Michael?
I'm gonna.
This is happening.
I'm gonna run over Spider.
Okay. We'll say that takes your turn.
Okay.
Run over Spider or run over
To Spider.
Okay, that's what I
Okay,
heard.
No.
I run over Spider.
So for Kelvin and Michael, you hear, and as you look over, something is punching holes, and they are moving up the front of the warehouse. Something is punching into the warehouse,
And
punching into the warehouse, punching into the warehouse, and climbing up the front. You can do it, buddy.
Gather all these dice. Two more successes.
All right, it is open enough for one of these two to slip inside, but not enough for you yet.
Okay.
And you realize quickly, until this is fully open, if you stop straining, it's going to close again.
Okay.
It's enough for one of us to slip through.
Do you call out?
Me? Yeah.
So you call out, it's open!
Opening.
I think you should. I don't know what to do.
So, Kelvin, while you're standing there, stabs Spider through the heart with a shovel.
Okay.
She's begging for death, and that's all I could give her.
It's open.
I'm going! And I will dive through the hole as soon as I have a moment.
So you like slide
Oh
over.
my god.
Yeah,
And
like
just-
stab, slide, go into the hole.
All right, give me a Dex plus Athletics as you fall 30 feet.
Not terrible for me, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, this is the one that we fit out.
I mean, this sounds really messy.
That's true.
2 successes.
Jesus, people.
2 successes.
We're about to die, and our two friends had some pleasure.
I mean, I'm in a hole.
We're all about to die.
God.
What did you get?
2 successes.
All right. I'm going to roll 2 dice for every 10 feet, and then subtract that from what I get. You take, all right, 3 lethal damage as one of the bones in your leg breaks. Not enough to where you can't walk, but it definitely fractures.
Welcome to the club.
I'm down. I'm down.
You can hear him very far away.
Can I see anything?
Okay, so you look around, and in this chamber, you're in kind of like a hexagonal, just kind of. There's places where torches would be placed, but it's very dark in here. But you have vampire sight, and there's a lot of light streaming in from the door up above. There is, in each one of the alcoves, there is kind of a metallic nest of sorts. Do you move towards any of them?
Yes.
Okay, if you move towards one, we're gonna cut back to them very soon, but like you notice that there are, it looks almost like obsidian shards that would have been in the shape of an egg.
Okay.
And looking over your shoulder, there is one that is still full. Like
I
it's
will-
not broken.
I will-
But that's all you get
Okay.
right now. Boo, boo, boo. All right, you want to do this, buddy? Let me look up the rules for that. Morty, do you want to make another strength roll while I look up these rules real quick?
Yep, I can do that.
I feel like Mac's gonna show some colors here. Oh no!
Find out.
You'll be sneaky, sir.
That's a lot of good successes.
Yeah, where was that 5 minutes ago? I rolled 4 successes.
Yes.
Great.
4? Okay. So you have it open to now where you could slip in, but if you were to do so, it would close.
I want to say, Michael, get in.
Morty and Michael, get in. Whatever it is going to kill us if you don't.
How do we get out?
You cannot talk. Your mouth is full, my guy.
Fantastic.
Name your sex tape.
Your mouth is full, my God. I want to see that as my Pornhub tab.
Go ahead and roll me a strength plus brawl.
Me?
Yes. We'll add your blood potency to it.
What is happening?
Blood potency.
You're so potent. Just one of the lines in the your mouth is full, my guy.
4. Okay. So that's your turn for now.
Okay.
Strength roll.
Didn't I get it open enough?
You got it open enough, but do you want to get it to where it stays open?
No.
No, so
I
you can
want-
stay there and hold it.
How far away am I from Michael?
Michael is up and away from you, so you cannot
Oh.
see him.
Can I just hold and yell at Michael to get the fuck
Sure.
down here?
Michael, do you stop?
No.
Might be
Okay.
time to fish.
Make
or
another
puppy,
strength
dude.
plus athletics.
Me make strength plus athletics or Michael?
6.
Okay, spend a willpower, and then I need you to make a strength plus resolve check.
Are we gonna know what this is eventually?
I'm yelling, what the fuck, Michael? Michael, what the fuck?
He's just like standing, like muzzle straining on the edge of this massive slab of ancient stone.
At this point, I imagine I've levered my shoulder under it.
So you may now immediately put on your character sheet that you gain 3 experience points. Not 3 beats,
Yep.
3 experience points, but that can only be put towards increasing your blood potency.
Okay.
Who did you
I
just
just fucked
eat?
myself.
Who did you just eat?
Okay.
Anyway, do you then answer Michael?
You mean,
Mordecai?
yeah. Am I covered in blood?
You weren't making a clean mess of it.
Okay. I will wipe as much as I can and then say, yup, and then run and dive.
So Mordecai, he slides in.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make me that Dex plus Athletics roll. As you see that, you see up on the roof of the warehouse a man whose legs are reversed at the knee. So he's walking like a bird or something like that, right? He's wearing pants. You can't really see the nature of the legs. And where his arms would be are arms for a creature about 4 times bigger than it, covered in porcupine quills and hair, and the hands are about the size of that werewolf you saw yesterday. Its eyes are leaking some kind of black fluid, and it has its mouth agape like this. And it lets out a keen as it sees you at the door and will jump. You
As soon as Michael's through, I just, what?
just roll in.
Just roll in.
Okay,
Fucking-
because you're rolling in, take a -2, but do strength plus athletics to land.
With vigor still popped? How does that work?
Yeah, so you always have +2 to your strength because of
Okay.
at all times.
Does resilience help that roll at all?
If you take damage, you can use resilience to reduce it.
That's right.
So I take -2 to that roll?
Yes. So that would be 1.
1 damage.
Yes.
Do I have to activate resilience? I'm looking at it right now.
I believe you can automatically downgrade damage, but I'm not sure about that.
I never re-roll the 10s because I feel like they're tired.
Yeah.
They've done their work.
Is it aggravated or lethal?
It's just lethal.
So it says whenever you've dealt aggravated damage, for each shot of resilience, downgrade 1 point of aggravated to lethal.
And then what are the active effects?
An Empire may spend additional vitae to invoke multiple effects, but subtract is really not from all non-bane sources of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just spend a vitae to reduce that damage to
By spending
nothing.
a VK, vampire can dismiss
Okay.
this.
So you take 1 lethal? Yeah. You take -1, so you're fine. You land, you leave a dent.
You did damage to the floor.
The room becomes pitch black, and then a second later, all of those torch sconces erupt with black flame.
Okay.
So the room is now lit, but it's lit in a spectrum of light that makes everything black and white. It is very disconcerting. There is no color.
So
I'm gonna hobble over. Sorry to steal this, but I'm gonna hobble over. I'm gonna grab Michael by the shirt, pick him straight up into the air.
He reeks of blood, by the way.
Yeah. And looking up at you, what the fuck were you doing?
seconded.
That was more important than our lives.
Well,
I mean, you had to hold the door anyway,
anyway.
I waited for you.
and I'm very thankful that you did.
Just a moment.
I just dropped
While
you.
this is all tense, I am sure that Michael had a good reason for this delay. I made a choice that was fractured because of the immediate onslaught of the situation. But if you care to explain yourself, this is your opportunity.
I'm a new vampire, relatively, to you. I saw an opportunity that I took, and I have someone that I have to protect now, and this can help me fulfill that job.
Oh, also, you would have gained 5 vitae.
Oh, for,
And why do you reek of blood, Michael?
oh, I thought that was obvious. I may have eaten spider.
That, given the circumstances, is understandable, and I think that is a discussion that we can perhaps keep from the prince and the Invictus for time.
Fair.
I am also a cannibal of our kind and
There
intention.
is a chime and a ripple through the flames as a woman kind of coalesces out of the shadow. She is monochrome white in this light and goes, "Blood Kings, you have returned. We have kept it safe all this time.
Show us.
Blood Kings, you are safe. You have returned. We have kept it safe all of this time."
Oh, it's a recording.
We will follow. And I'll take a step towards her.
No, don't let it. Stop it.
Oh, what?
It's just what it like. changes, and she says, "No, don't let it. Stop it."
While I agree that we should probably have this conversation eventually, I feel like we should figure out what's going on here first.
I agree.
I will personally answer any questions you have once we figure this out.
As will I, as long as it does not become a conversation that involves the prince.
That too.
All right. And then pointing at or gesturing at the.
She does not like me. If one of you want to take it,
I
go.
take a step forward. I take a hop forward because I still have 1.5 legs.
You are tainted by the bloodlines. Do not do this.
Do not do what?
The Blood King, he who is untainted by the originals, must.
What?
I'm gonna rip my own spine out and beat my own ass.
Michael.
I'm sorry, what?
That's good.
What?
Please,
Go.
Michael. Take it.
That conversation's gonna be a little bit longer now. Go.
Go what?
Do you think we have time for this?
You
Please
must
follow.
trap the Owl Mother. You must trap her with the egg.
Oh, watch forward. What? Trap? How? What?
There's just an obsidian egg sitting on a nest in front of her.
I will take the egg.
Your blood. Your blood
Uh-huh.
activates it. Save us.
Do you two know what she means? What this is? The why?
No idea.
I mean, can we examine it?
Can you touch it?
I don't know. If
I move it towards.
Don't!
Okay. What do you mean my blood activates it?
Your blood activates the egg.
Cut your
to
hand.
do what?
Cut your hand open and touch the egg. You're probably gonna have to be chased by something or catch something.
Another comes. I will let him in.
Hold on. No. Let's.
He has rights to be here, as do you.
Oh. All right. Fuck it. I'll do it.
Yes, Coulter?
I would like to use. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to read my abilities really quick. Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use.
You can spend that experience immediately if you wish.
Spend an experience for what?
If you would wish to buy up your blood potency, you can do so. If you have it.
What do you mean if I have it?
You just got 3 experience points. If you have any additional experience points.
Oh, I completely missed. Oh, got it.
I like to use celerity, which allows me to jump in front of a
Right.
character's action.
Okay. Do you also have celerity?
I do not.
Okay. So what would you like to do?
Basically appear to instantly become next to Michael and take the egg.
Okay. So do you let him take it?
No.
All right. That would be strength plus athletics from the both of you.
And can I use dexterity plus athletics for the speed of that?
It's still trying to snatch it out of his hand that he's holding. I'll let you add celerity to the roll. How's that?
Okay. I'm down with that.
From the momentum.
So it's been more than half an hour, right?
You said
No.
strength plus
No?
athletics?
It's been literally a minute.
Oh.
Maybe a minute and a half.
You said strength plus athletics?
Plus your celerity.
Clearly.
But keep in mind, Hank's the best World of Darkness roller we have.
He very much is.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Having kindred dueling or fighting finesse, would those help me at all?
That's why I am allowing you to do this.
Okay.
Usually celerity would be too fast for you to react to, but you have trained specifically to fight vampires.
I'm also not
Bitch.
being aggressive.
No, more like
My name is Guillermo de
entertainment fights.
Okay.
And also contingency.
And I can't even beat your ass because you'll like it.
Right?
If it's his ass.
Yeah.
2.
What did you get? 1. You managed to hold on to it, but once that resolves, it is a ghost. It's not like a hologram. It's a ghost. She flies at you.
I kick you.
Michael, it is a possessive
Go ahead and give me, what's your defense?
3.
Okay, so you make a strength plus brawl -3.
Not +3, -3. Oh, that's rough.
Nope. So you are unable to kick him, but the ghost wraps around you and begins shining. I need you, because you're not affected by sunlight for frenzy, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I need you to make a frenzy roll.
What's that?
It's resolve plus composure.
Oh, Jesus.
Michael, put it down. She's going to possess you.
Three successes.
Never reroll the 10. It's your luck charm.
You managed to stave off frenzy, but basically the light of the sun was just in the room for a second.
I know, right?
But you're fine. You're fine. It's not the real sun.
I'm still screaming.
And do you want to make a frenzy roll, or
Yeah.
are you throwing away pretenses?
I'll make a frenzy roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is what is the roll?
Result plus composure.
So I have to do something blood for the right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I mean, you could just bite your lip and spit on it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let's do that.
What?
technically, Coulter is still before you
Okay.
because you spent your turn trying to kick him.
2 successes.
Okay, so you're fine.
What does a frenzy roll look like?
So if you fail a frenzy roll, you have 2 choices: fight or flight.
Okay, so he gets a moment of like, oh, he freezes out.
So you can either flee to the best of your ability, or you have to fight something, whether it's an ally or an enemy, and your frenzy does not care. You just attack the closest thing to you. Okay, Coulter, it is your turn now. Wait. You get a turn. What do you want to do?
So the flash of sun just went off.
You resisted.
Mm-hmm. Where's the ghost?
The ghost is kind of like wrapped around Michael right now.
And how far am I from Kelvin?
Kelvin's celeritied over. The room is about 40 feet by 40 feet, so you're within speed.
I'm gonna run to Kelvin and pick him up and
Okay.
run back as far as
So
I can.
you kind of hunch down on one leg, launch yourself, and we're going to say you tackle him.
That's right. You only have one leg.
That's right. I only have one leg.
I kind of expected you to shove some rebar in your stump so you
Yeah.
had a second leg. I don't know why. That was my thought process. But, so you launch yourself at him. So that would be strength plus athletics between the two of you, which does not look good.
Well, but I mean, he's trying to pull.
I'm
me
not
out
trying
of
to. Yeah,
danger.
I'm not trying to tackle him. I'm trying to get him away from the ghost
Okay.
because of
Do
the
you
flash of the
resist?
sun went off.
No.
Okay. So then you're
rescue
pulled away.
attempt. I'm down for.
Yeah.
All right. Your turn. You are being gently held by Mordecai.
Oh.
Tell me and
I
John,
will use dominate, and I will say, Michael, drop it.
All right. Do you know the rules for that, or do I have to look it up?
I do. Sorry, I have everything highlighted, but it's highlighted and hard to find. Give me just a moment. That fucking thing's gonna possess you, buddy.
Do you have 1 or 2?
I have 1.
So you roll intelligence plus expression plus dominate, and Hank, you roll resolve plus blood potency.
Minus the fact that we have a blood bond.
So -1.
So it's, sorry, intelligence plus... Oh, fuck, I just had it up in front of me. Well,
Intelligence plus expression plus dominate.
no, not those. These ones are the ones that are recharging.
I don't know what's going
Um, would you say I have cell phone service in this bunker?
No.
That's what I was worried about.
I don't even have cell phone surface 1 level underground in a parking garage 30 feet down. What?
How?
Did you roll zip?
Dramatic failure, please.
You,
Oh,
you
no.
want to take a dramatic failure?
I have zip right now, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me look at what happens on a dramatic failure.
For dominate.
You gain the steadfast condition. Your character is confident and resolved. When you fail to roll, you may choose to resolve the condition to instead treat the action as if you'd rolled a single success. If the roll is a chance die, you may choose to resolve the condition and roll a single regular die instead. And you also see through the attempt at domination immediately.
So I know he tried to do it.
Did you get 1 success?
I got 4.
Oh gosh.
Then yeah. You immediately recognize it for he was trying to mesmerize you and control you.
Knock him out.
What do you do on your turn?
Buy my lid and spit him out.
Whoa!
As soon as that happens, Coulter, I need you to roll resolve
Okay.
plus blood potency, which for this roll is 4.
Four successes.
All right,
5 successes. Sorry.
Coulter,
Yes.
you can no longer exist in this body, but you were not immediately destroyed by the egg.
Oh, with an exceptional. Okay.
Would you like to describe what happens?
I can no longer exist by this body.
You have to leave it.
So, in Morty's arms, as he is holding up the body of Kelvin, it goes limp. And in the moment that it goes limp, the skin that you can see outside of the suit itself begins to show these black cracks throughout the veins as the skin dries and sinks in upon itself and slowly turns to dust. And some sort of white yellow force seeps out to the doorway above.
Which you can slip through. There's a crack. So, and then Kelvin,
See, I'm so.
what do you say being held by Mordecai after what happened to you on your last memory? You're awake.
What?
You're awake.
Oh,
What the fuck?
dear God, Michael, do not drop the egg. And all of a sudden, this whole weight of Kelvin's body just like comes into your arms, which what you were holding before felt like a styrofoam version, and suddenly the human weight is apparent.
So you decayed to nothing in my arms and then reappeared in my arms?
I fucked up in that description.
So Rio, what the fuck happened?
So something just
The
left his
black
body.
veins came up and then receded as that.
Wispy thing came out. So like he was possessed or something.
It's very similar to what happened at the Big Lots.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, okay. Fuck that noise. Okay.
Okay.
Fuck everything.
We have
Fuck you. First off.
very fair. Very fair.
The door slides open slowly, and the creature you saw lands and sniffs the air.
Is it look anything like her dad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Its face,
fucking-
his face is like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer version of a vampire.
So, clarifying question. Can you sense blood bonds?
What do you mean?
Like, if you have a blood bond with someone, can you sense it?
Yes.
Do I still have a blood bond with him?
You do. Do not. No.
Okay. We good, bro?
And it literally sits like a dog. Just kind of sits back on its haunches and puts its huge clawed hands in its lap and just sits there.
Morty, could you let go of me?
Oh, sorry.
No, not at all. Thank you. I appreciate the support.
Can I like move a couple feet from them? Crouch down, put the egg on the ground, and then stand back up.
It seems very concerned about you putting the egg towards the ground, like it kind of jukes, but then when you just place it down gently, it settles again.
And then if I pick it up again,
No reaction.
what the fuck is going on? Mother?
Mother.
Who?
Egg.
Mother.
Mother.
This is your mother?
If they return, fetch egg. Mother, say.
Who was that? Oh. 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 Oh.
Blood
Mm.
kings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those not tainted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your blood make me king.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fetch egg.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy.
Destroy egg?
No. No.
Oh no, yes. Yeah. Destroy
Destroy.
other.
The shadows.
Yes. And your mother is not here, right?
No. She
Yeah.
died.
Yes.
Dahlia, kill her.
Yes. Oh yeah, she did. Okay, that's right.
At that moment, a spear of wood goes from the top of his head out through his asshole as he goes, "Ah!" And then Dahlia lands.
Oh, Mother of God. Hi, Dahlia.
Hello.
I kneel immediately.
Sure. I guess with your knowledge, yes. Because you don't remember anything.
Eddie?
No,
This will not end well for you.
I know.
Do you know what it is?
I know it's not something you should have.
Fair. A moment. And she kind of looks to the sky.
Swear to God.
Sometimes, despite the risk, dying is worth the effort.
Did that once. Still don't know how I feel about it.
I'm here to do it twice. Morty. Last stand.
Looks down at his leg.
Well, can I offer you some
Initiative.
rebar in these trying times?
Yes, do you have a spare piece of rebar on you?
Initiative?
Initiatives. Just D10 plus your initiative modifier. Still.
Damn it!
You're closer than you were before.
Oh my god, this is taking forever.
8.
I'm going 90, 110 down I-10. Come on.
14. 11.
So 14, 11, 8.
I rolled my D10 plus my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but you got 8?
Yeah.
Okay. So Hank, Coulter, you, me.
Okay.
Right? She's immediately going to spend celerity to get to the front of the initiative order.
Okay.
So she's going to go first.
Mhm.
Anyone else with celerity doing anything of that sort?
No.
Okay.
I have to do it.
You're holding the egg, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you dove past Michael and are holding Kelvin, correct?
I'm sitting next to him now because I was like,
because I put him down.
Would it have been possible to have drawn my knife when she came in?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
What's your defense, Michael?
4, but doesn't that change if I have a weapon out
Well,
because of something?
I'm sorry. I know we haven't done much combat, but I don't have your character sheet up in front of me, so I do apologize.
Well, give me like
It would be called weaponry dodge or under your merits. It would be under your merits. At the end of round 1, we'll have you guys arrive because you are right. You have been driving like a madman.
I'm like, I have been driving like a bat out of hell through this whole thing.
Nope.
I'm gonna get there precisely at the right moment.
You take 4 damage as she rushes forward and claws across your chest. You take 4 aggravated damage.
Oh God.
Okay, so I can spend a vitae to reduce one of those to lethal, right? With resilience.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you only have resilience 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 4. Sorry, you said how much? 4 aggravated total? So
Totally activated my mom.
1 lethal, 3 aggravated.
Yes.
It's a dog, not a baby. It's a dog, not a baby.
All right, it's your turn.
So
Okay, but this thing, after this, we'll be able to go out to a delicious dinner. That's, we'll be able to do some relaxing. I feel it. I'm
Would
sorry.
I know that if I like just pulled my lighter out and lit it, would that scare her?
Probably. I mean, you could, if you want to make an attack roll against her defense to put the lighter to her fucking hair. That's
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah. So her defense is 3. So you make a strength plus. Well, you're just trying to touch her, so Dex plus athletics or brawl.
Okay, all right. Any bonus from kindred dueling?
I think it specifically tells you what your bonuses
I
are.
know. I know. I'm just trying to up the ante here.
And 2.
Can you use a willpower?
Sure. Keep in mind, you can also spend willpower to like increase your defense by 2 when you're attacked.
I always
Stuff like
forget that.
But that's just your 1 willpower for the whole turn.
So I'm sorry. What's her defense?
3.
Sorry, I forgot to take this.
So minus 3.
1 success.
That's enough. Her hair goes up.
So as I do that, I yell over to you guys, I'm so sorry.
I need you guys to make resolve plus composure as well for friendly. It sounds more like a dog now.
no. Yeah.
We live, for those of you watching, we live next to a hospital, and what you probably cannot hear because of the microphones is that my Boston Terrier is howling like a man who's been smoking for 40 years in the next room.
Man who's been smoking 40
Okay,
years.
we're good.
Would you say your hair going up in flame is a candle, torch, or Bunsen burner?
I would say
I would.
handle it first, but then after a round or two, it would be a torch, unless she uses hair products
Yeah.
Right.
or has any type of oil.
She would use
Ritual
animal
oil.
fat too.
Oh, then that's a
Immediate torch.
That's a fucking torch.
Okay.
These fires are a real thing and are dangerous.
So she
Walk over them.
immediately takes 3 aggravated damage, but she does not go into frenzy.
1 success.
1 success.
One success.
Okay, you guys are okay, but on edge. That's your turn.
Unless I can move.
You can move. There's no attacks of opportunity or anything.
Then I
But
will.
we're also keep in mind we're kind of like in a liminal kind of
totally.
space, so
Totally. I'm going to run over to them.
like past them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sorry,
putting
guys.
them in the way.
Yeah. You're big. You're strong.
Who says I'm fighting her?
Your turn.
I will slap the shit.
I immediately just like slap a hand on Morty and obfuscate both of us. So I'll use a vitae for that.
Okay.
So we just went on here.
I'm going to murder both of you. And you are going to taste fucking delicious.
Well, it was mostly so that Morty could get off an attack without being seen. But I don't have anything else I can.
As soon as
do.
he attacks, the obfuscate does wear off.
No, that's fine. But I mean, like, I don't have anything else that I can do attack wise. So I was just like, slap, visible, like invisible.
Delicious. It's
Morty,
gonna
it's your
taste
turn.
delicious.
So I go invisible. Does she?
You're not invisible. She just stops paying attention to you.
So she stops paying attention to us.
Her hair is also on fire. She's not paying super close attention to begin with.
Is holding your action or your turn a thing in vampire?
What do you want to hold it for?
I need to know how the next round plays out.
So you can pass your turn.
I pass my turn.
She
But does passing your turn give it up for the round?
So you can't hold it.
because you're the last person in the round. So you can delay to later in the round, but if the round ends.
Wait, no, her hair's on fire. I'm passing my turn. Sorry, you did that one.
Morty, kill her!
Okay. So she is going to
You call yourself a protector.
She's gonna
From behind
try
you.
some spontaneous blood sorcery. If you can manage it. Okay, good. She snuffs the flames by just throwing her arms up and like slitting her palms. I need initiatives from you two.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what is
I
it?
swear to God. If you guys
I have no memory.
You remember the last thing that happened to you, but you remember. Anything from that point forward, you do not remember.
But I remember the
fuck does
last
that
thing that
mean?
happened to me.
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck does that mean?
This is gonna be a fun
We'll
after
find out.
party.
5.
9.
what time are we ending tonight? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, that's a good.
I
No,
just
no,
want to get
hold
through
on.
this.
No.
I'm just that's no.
9. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number.
Okay,
9.
so
I had gotten 13.
Dahlia, 13, you, and then I believe you,
9, and then
you,
me.
and then you last. So you got 5, you said?
7.
7. So you're still after 8. Okay, does everyone remember where they are?
I've got it written down
Just
too.
gonna write
Okay,
down.
because I don't want to write it down.
I'm exactly where I need to be.
Not doing fucking shit.
You'll see.
Okay, so that was her turn, extinguishing the flames, and then she will back up way far. And she's going to back up, and then she takes a defensive stance. So she's doubling her defense for this round.
If you're going to insist on holding the damn thing, run.
What are you doing on your turn, Hank?
I'm looking something up.
Also, calling out like that would negate your obfuscate.
Fair. I'll do it.
I'm just letting you know that's how obfuscate.
I put it on him, and I'll leave it on him, and I'll take myself
no, I
out
mean,
of
it
it.
all goes.
Oh shit!
You can't bring attention to yourself.
Got it.
It's a super powerful ability.
No, it
You
makes-
just
it
can't
makes
yell,
sense.
yeah.
I'll rescind. No, you know what? Fuck it. Kelvin did it. I
Yeah.
fucked up. I was too worked up.
It's also she backed way the hell up, so your obfuscate worked. She didn't keep attacking.
Fair. So yeah, I yelled that and took it off of both of us. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I haven't gotten it yet. Okay.
It's a weird day for Kelvin.
Make me straight intelligence plus academics roll.
Why whatever you texted him needed to be texted?
Don't worry about it. Intelligence plus what? Academics?
Yeah. It's just fucking math.
Also, can you believe Michael casting judgment on Mordecai when Michael decided to feed while we were all
Right?
to die?
No comment.
Yeah.
No successes.
No
I would like
successes?
to take
No
a dramatic
comment.
failure.
No successes.
Yeah, that's good.
I want to know what the hell's happening.
After party.
Oh my
After party.
gosh.
I'm really
I'm just gonna wing it because there's no rules for this in the game, so I'm just winging it. So give me strength plus strength plus athletics roll.
to do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You doing, Michael?
God, why do I keep fucking closing it? Strength plus athletics. What the fuck is that? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to everyone.
You're fine. I'm so tense right now. Exactly. Oh my goodness.
I woke up to a very strange place.
4.
4? All right. Michael lights a stick of dynamite and chucks it at Dahlia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's like as far as she can go, but chucks it at Dahlia.
Dynamite, like,
I'm sorry, guys.
takes a minute, right?
Have you ever chucked nitroglycerin?
Oh, then that. Dynamite,
Calvin like, looks back.
glycerin.
Okay. For this to be fair, I need
Oh, and curl my body around the egg. I said,
somebody just roll me a straight D10. Just straight D10. I don't care
Got it.
who. Just roll me one D10.
Go for it.
Oh,
Oh,
9.
9. That was bad.
I rolled a 2.
Well, let's go with Margarita's
I
roll.
had a 2.
I thought 9 first. So the explosion goes off. There's a rumble that you hear from. There is debris that goes off, and then flame shoots towards you guys. Now, that being said, the 9 is how many range increments I gave it. That's how big the explosion was. Okay. Each range increment is reducing the damage by one of my successes. Dahlia just took 9 aggravated damage.
I don't know what that means.
So
if she's at max 40 feet away from you, 8, 7, 6.
So I need each of you. You see the explosion coming. So
Curl into a ball.
do you have celerity?
Yeah.
Celerity.
And I have celerity.
You have celerity. If you
Nice.
guys spend a vitae right now, I will let you get farther away.
Okay.
Okay. So that's another 20 feet. So 3, 2. So 2 aggravated damage for the 2 of you. If you have resilience, remember you can
I
spend.
do have resilience 1.
What's your blood potency?
Resiliency 1, blood potency, I have 1 dot colored in.
Okay. But because you only have 1, you can't do resiliency and celerity on the same turn. You can only spend 1 blood per turn.
I take as much damage. Use me as a shield.
So you've already spent blood this turn, so you can't use resiliency on this either, right?
It's based on blood potency, right?
Yeah.
I have 4 blood potency now.
No. So if it costs 5 experience for 1, you get 3 experience to spend towards that.
I'm sorry, I have 3 blood potency then.
Okay.
Because I was at 2.
Okay.
And then I
And
bought the
increase by
one.
1. Okay.
Well, no, I bought the one like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
And
was
then
already
you
at
just
2.
did that.
I'm not looking.
Well, you only gave me 3 experience, so I have 3 experience right now. That
Okay.
To be used towards another one eventually.
Okay. So you can spend 2 more this turn. So each of you take 2 aggravated damage, unless
Looks like what?
it's the full star. So X with a line through the
Oh,
top.
I gave myself too many.
That's lethal, isn't it?
No, lethal is just an X.
Oh, I forget aggravated's above lethal.
Aggravated's above lethal.
That's right.
Now, I believe you reduce that to lethal
Yes.
just based on your coil.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what this math is, but we're just gonna go with it and say that I'm right there. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it shifts everything up, right?
Yeah. So if you had other damage, it gets pushed to the right.
How did you have so much damage? Oh, because you fell.
I fell and then I participated in too many things.
Anyway,
How much was that? Was 5?
it was 2 aggravated.
2. Oh, yeah.
All right. So that's Hank's turn. I believe it's you. Dahlia's dead. Just so everyone is aware.
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
I said I was gonna kill that bitch. I killed that bitch.
She took 8 aggravated damage to the face. That's final death. She's dead.
If we can see that.
Or she's covered in rubble, but like I'm just letting you know, she is technically your sire, so you sense her death. You sense her death as well.
Okay. 3 of us in here now.
Yes. Oh, give me a chance roll for the egg. Shit's fragile.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is it? Hank, what is it? 1? You rolled a 1? Oh yeah, that shit's shattered.
Oh no. I tried. I tried.
You guys arrive. We're
felt
going
the
to
rumble.
felt a rumble. You come towards the open door. You can
Cracked open.
Blew open now?
no. Dahlia opened it.
Oh,
So like
I see.
so her dad it opened for him. Right, completely.
Oh.
So it was open since he dropped down. So that's how Dahlia got in.
Oh.
The hatch is open. Got it.
Unfortunately, Michael didn't touch the door or would have just slid open. He didn't know.
You have no fucking high ground to stand on when we have to explain all of this to Grace.
So,
Speaking of grace,
speaking of grace, the last thing for my one thing
you
on my
drop
turn.
in.
I do. I drop in.
Oh, do I
As
have
you
my
said,
last thing on
yeah,
my
yeah,
turn?
you can.
Okay. I just woke up right now. The last thing I remember is Grace stabbing me with a stake.
What?
Is no one actually my friend here? Like,
I am
what?
now.
What the fuck?
You would have heard it.
I wouldn't have given you blood if I didn't like you.
Cassandra, do you also drop in?
If everyone else, if they do, yes.
Yeah.
I killed your mom.
He didn't kill your mom. He killed this. There's a whole lot happening, Dahlia. Dad?
I grab Michael by the throat. Your arm goes behind your back, and I just walk you towards Grace. You see that I have 1.5 legs as I'm like hopping.
You just make such a mess of things.
I look around. What do I see around me? What's going
You
on?
are standing
being
on a
all-
pile of rubble.
Okay.
There is light coming in from above, and there's
Light
a
like a
chamber.
floodlight.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you see Mordecai limping towards you,
Holding Mike.
holding Mike,
Calvin's standing flabbergasted in the background.
and Dahlia is definitely dead.
And you heard Michael exclaim that he killed her.
Would you like to explain why you decided to kill my sire?
I don't know if I want to answer that. but I will. She came in and killed your father, and I, based on the last interaction that I had with your father, where he decided not to kill us and told us that something was inhabiting other people kind of thing, I figured that when she killed him, that meant she was on the wrong side of things, so I feel pretty justified. Not struggling at all in your grasp.
He's so cute. I'm proud of you.
Well, this is a turn of events. Obviously, I can't let any of you live.
I figured.
You've done it once. Let's do it again.
Gladly.
At
I
least
go
this
and give
time.
you a hug.
Morty
At least
looks
this time I'll see
visibly
it coming.
confused.
Wait, you're gonna go give him a hug?
Yeah. He just said he would sign up again.
No.
No.
No,
No.
we're waiting to get killed.
Like he's saying, kill me again.
You killed me once. I will go ahead and do it. Let's do it again.
Okay, well, I still hug
I'm
you.
throwing down.
As soon as
I
you
don't
start to,
want, I don't want you to
oh,
die.
I don't know anything about you, so I'm gonna go ahead and just.
I
I'll take
do,
that.
Yeah.
Do you take the opportunity, Cassandra?
No, I just hug him. Is there something I can do in this moment of touch?
You came in here for a fight.
I didn't come here for a fight. With Kelvin?
I'm not.
You guys heard him call out that the last time I saw Grace, she stabbed me with a stake. Your ally Kelvin wouldn't have said that.
Well, it didn't matter that he said that, so.
Okay. I want to respect your player agency, but
I take the hug wholeheartedly, and I just whisper in your ear, I hope that no matter how this turns out, we can still be friends.
Always. And
I
then
will.
you think I should kill him now? Okay, I guess I snap his neck. If I have the strength to do that, I'm so sad. My tears.
I would just do a stake to the heart.
Tears. I don't carry around stakes.
you
I
bring
have my
steak with
gun. I'll just.
Yeah, they're coming here for a fight. They were warned by Dahlia. So staking him will not kill him.
Torpor.
What if I just shoot him through the heart with
That
like
will
staking?
that would be closer to killing him.
Okay, stake then. Maybe
Celerity.
I have a chopstick.
No, because you went in for the hug.
I did accept the hug.
Yes, you did. And if she goes in and stakes you as she hugs you,
I hug him
technically.
too, though, because that
That's
was
fair.
in tears.
And that's where we'll end tonight. As Cassandra stakes.
What Jake was gonna ask.
What were you gonna do?
Thank you. So, as that's happening and I have Michael, like, down, I'm just going to look at Grace and go, I meant what I said, and just rip Michael.
You're gonna kill me?
Give him strength. Give me strength with brawl.
Okay.
Rip?
Okay.
Give me strength plus brawl. And remember, you're vigored. So, if you want to spend a V-Takes, this is a new turn. You can add your vigor as additional damage to this as well.
Yeah. So, strength plus brawl,
Yep.
which is grapple, and I had Michael.
Mm-hmm. So you can add your specialty as well.
So, that's 4 plus 5 plus vigor.
Yep.
Which is some dice.
Can I borrow 2 dice?
You've been charging.
Thanks, buddy.
If ever there were dice gods.
You wondered why I didn't do anything. I was waiting to see who was loyal to who.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then, am I missing any? And I have to
I think so.
re-roll those 2.
Okay, Michael, that's
5.
5 lethal. Do you have any health left?
5 lethal. So if I have, so help me figure this out. I had 2 lethal.
Mm-hmm.
I took 5 aggravated total.
Okay.
So I would have 5 aggravated, 2 lethal.
How much health do you have?
I have 4 untouched boxes.
So that lethal would just fill those 4,
Mhm.
and then 1 would become an aggravated.
So
So it loops.
I'm not dead yet.
You're not dead, but you are in torpor.
Okay.
So you don't rip him in half or anything. Well, actually, yeah. You rip him at the waist, and he is now in 2 pieces. But he is in torpor. He could technically survive that. And that's where we're ending tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We have patrons, Taku Arcana, Eric Fox, Duke Rellan, Rockelman, my mother and the mom's tier, Daniel, Dream Lover, Sparky, and Meepo. We got to talk about some stuff, so we're going to just go. We'll come up with a tagline
Eventually.
someday.
Bye.